We will be going to work on the blockchain basics, and we will start with the Python basics. So I'll show you how the basic Python codes look like and what are the Python codes which we are going to use in this lecture. So we'll go and hit the terminal. I suggest you to go with WSL. Okay, I'll share a folder link in the description box below. You can go and download this folder and open the WSL over the folder destination. Whoa. Okay. Yes, this will open. Yeah. Okay, so we'll go in Python project. These are all of the basic Python codes which we will be using. These are all the basic data structure codes or all of the basics which you need to learn before you get further into the blockchain development with Python. If you are good to go with JavaScript, then I will also give a link to the lessons where you can go and see the JavaScript and all of the stuff. Okay, so I'll open the Visual Studio Code. Wait a minute. This doesn't seem good. We will do some. Okay, we can go. Okay, so this is saying that we need to install Visual Studio Code. I have it, no problem. We will get back to the command prompt. We can get back to command prompt 2. So leave this. We'll get the command from here and then open the code. This will open the Visual Studio Code. Okay. No, I just don't want to read the release files. So these are the basic programs. This is converted to docs. Okay, so here all of the files are converted to docs. I just did it last hour. So let's get the second approach done. We'll go with cmd. Okay, just a minute. We'll take the path from here. We'll get Python code and Visual Studio Code here. We'll close this Visual Studio Code. This both are pretty much same thing, but let's see what happens now. Okay, so we'll go and we can find the code. Okay, so let's start with the basics of Python programming. So first of all, I'll share you how can you run the Python code from terminal only. I'll clear it out. Okay, Python. This is the tagline for Python. You can, while we installed, we had added this to environment variables. Okay, so for the printing command, it's simple like print this seems good lecture. Yeah, you can print it like this. Okay, so yeah, we will be doing, yeah, this is the hello. We can see, okay, yeah, this will print Python is easy. Okay, now we can have some range thing. This is a loop thing. What are we having? Okay, we can do it like this. For I in 1 to 10, just a minute, in 1 to 10, print I. Yeah, okay, let's give it another shot. Print I. Yeah, So for it's a range setter. So we just give it 1 to 10. That's why it is not working. What we need to do is like that for I in range 1 to 10. This will print 0 to 9 or 1 to 9. I'll show it like this. Print I. Yeah, 0. It will print 1 to 9 because in Python we in range we don't have the last thing included. If you need to include this, then you need to have one index more. So okay, so we are good to go with how we print. So we will be now looking forward with the another things. So list type. Okay. So in Python we have list. So I will just go and keep all of this commented and then run this code. This button will automatically run the code. Okay. So here we are declaring a list type in which list we can have different data types. So we are having 10, 20 as integer, Bharat as character or string, minus 10, 30.5 as a float thing. And then we can print whole list. Instead of printing the whole list, we can absolutely print the last or the third. What would be the third thing? So we'll go and hit enter. Okay. So okay, we need to save this and then we can run it. Okay. So, yeah. So this 0, this is at 0, this is at 1, this is at 2, and this is at 3. So we are getting 3 as an output minus 10. Instead of doing this, we can also go and do this. Okay, this will print 3 to 5 index. We can save and then run the code. Okay, this is getting third, which is 10 and 30.5 as an output. We can print the list 4 times with this code. Just having save it and run it. Yeah. Okay, so it will copy the whole first segment of the list and write it 4 times. First time, second, third, and fourth time. So you can do it like this too. We can print the length of the list with this command, length, and then print the list. Okay, so just giving an enter, this is 5. So we have 5 elements in the list. That's why it is showing like this. We can append an element with this code. Yes, and we'll run this. Okay, we are appending and we can print now. I guess we can print it like this and run this code. So it will just write list out of and 40. It had been appended. Okay, so we can remove first. Let's remove this and reappend this and then print the list. Look at this. It removed Bharat. It added 40 at the end and then print it. We'll comment it down further. Okay, we'll clear the list and then print it. Okay, yep. So let's run this code too. Okay, this first of all it cleared whole list and then we printed the list. Okay, so we can just do this and then this will reinitiate our list with this elements. Okay, this will print the maximum and minimum value of the list. Let's go and hit this thing and enter. Okay, so what's this cal? Yeah, okay. So what the error gives is like that between Bharat and whole list is an integer and Bharat is not an integer string. So we can't use maximum or minimum function. So we will remove Bharat out and then rerun this. Okay, yeah. So maximum integer is 30.5 and minimum is minus 10. So this is how you can work with lists. Along with that, you can have numeric types. You can also go and run each and every code. This will give you an idea, an overview how the Python works. This is on the basic side. This is the range for the for loop. We just have a look. This is a set type. We can set the flow set element set we can update the values. Okay, yeah, these strings. So everything which we do with strings is done with here. So I'll give you an idea that you go with this whole file and run each and every command. If you want to have video lectures over this series too, I can surely implement it. So it has some worthy things like networking. So this will go and download an image from this static ID. This is the file client system, file server system. This is an HTML page which will reflect the whole user interface. Okay, so this is the OOPS concept, object oriented programming language. So you can go and have a glance with all of those codes, and if you have any of the problem working with this, then you can definitely come and ask me. Okay, so we will clear this out and we will come out of this. Okay, we'll make new folder. Okay, dir project underscore block cd clear. We will open the code. Okay, blockchain.py. Okay, we'll comment. This is our first try to make blockchain with Python. Okay, you can comment in Python with 3 them, and if you don't want to use this is a multi-line comment. If you want to add multiple lines of comments, then you can do it like this. This all will be taken as a comment. Instead of this, if you want to have a single line comment, then you can use this, and this is the comment in Python. You can do it like this. Okay, so this is our first command, and we'll move further with the code now. Okay, so we will declare a list inside a list to handle the multiple values. We will name it blockchain. Blockchain goes to, we can declare a list like this and put a dummy one value as a genesis block, or we can say the first block. So adding the list inside list to hold multiple values. Does this works? Okay, now we'll get a new function to add last blockchain value. Okay, so define get last blockchain value. Okay, and along with this we'll also declare another function to add a value. Define add value. Okay, so for adding the value we need to have a transaction value in the function, so we will go with transaction amount to be passed in the function. Transaction amount to be passed throughout the function, and then what we'll do is blockchain is a list, so we can append another list in this. So blockchain dot append. Okay, so now we will call the last value of the last block. So for that we have a function get, okay, get last, why isn't blockchain value. Okay, so we'll pass a list, so this can be done like this. Along with that we will pass a transaction amount. Okay, so this is how we will be adding the hash. Okay, we are good to go with this. Okay, now how would we get the last blockchain value? For that we can just simply do return blockchain and pass -1 as the attribute in the blockchain. So here indexing -1 will be referring to the last value. So we will add a comment like that. Indexing the -1 would refer to the last element of the list. Okay, so we are good to go with this. We'll save this. No errors so far. Okay, so here we are appending the transaction amount into this blockchain. We will getting the last blockchain value, and then we will be adding transaction amount, and then a new list will be added alongside this list. And for the getting of transaction value, we are having a function. Okay, so let's do trial. Okay, we'll call the function add value, and we'll add 2. We'll save this, and we need to print blockchain also. So for that, we will do just print the whole blockchain out. Okay, so we are good to go with this, and we will run the code. Okay, see, this is the first element, and in the second list we are getting the first element and 2. So this is our updated blockchain. Okay, now what we can do is we can trigger some another thing. Add value, adding a float value like 2.78, save, and then running the code. Okay, so 1 1 2, and then 1 2 and 2.78. Okay, so it is making a loop. It is making a basic blockchain. So this is how the blockchain should be seen like. So this is how the blockchain is. So we can make a simple blockchain with the help of this Python code. So this would be the first blockchain of our program in the Python code. Okay, so we can have another thing like add value 7 or maybe 6, and then saving the code and running it. Okay, so look, this is a genesis block, this is the second block, the enter transaction amount is 2, and the previous, with the help of this function, we are getting this 1, same like here 1 and 2 for the previous, and the transaction amount 2.78, same like this again 2.78 whole list, and then adding the value 6. Okay, so with the help of this code, you are good to go with how the blockchain works and how we can create. So I can show you how we can relate it to the original blockchain. Okay, yeah, this is a presentation made by me. So here, when we have done the transaction A, hash value of A is created. When we had done the transaction B, hash value of B is created. And then both the hash value is merged. So for the 49th block to be executed, we need to have 48th block inside 49th block and continue. So what we are here having, this is a 48th block, seems like that. Just take it like that. This is 48th block. If this is 49th block, then we are having 48th block inside it, and then we are adding it. So if this is 50th block, then we are having the whole 49th block, and then we are adding over it. So it's like this. Have that block inside and then add. So transaction X, data of any length, hash value of X. So here we are just adding the whole list. Instead of this, in real blockchain, we will be having a certain hash value of the function or the data itself, and then we will be adding that hash value. So here for the Merkle tree demonstration, I can show you this. Okay, so this is how we can do it. In the next session, we'll go further with this. Thank you.